So if you're the kind of player that's looking for explosive power, full smash from the backcourt line, this video is for you. Today we're going to talk about the top 3 head heavy rackets. So today with me, this is my head of partnerships, his name is Ian.
Also, actually, I watched all your YouTube videos and you've been reviewing a very large number of rackets over the last 2 years. Can you share with me what are your top 3 head heavy rackets?
So yes, I've already thought about it, I've selected it and I brought them here today. So it's a bit hard to choose second place and third place, but these are my top 3 head heavy racket. So the one that you're holding here is the Victor Ryuga Metallic. This was, I think, made popular by Li Zijia. You know, Li Zijia is a player that has very explosive smash. More recent time, he's known for his backhand smash. And if your play style is similar to him, you should consider this racket.
What made this the top 3 head heavy racket for you?
Okay, personally, this is not suitable for a player like me because I'm not so strong. But since we're making this video right for the top 3 head heavy racket, to me, this is the most head heavy racket I've ever used. When I used it, it was as if I'm using a Thor's hammer and a Mjolnir. Wow, it's just super difficult to wield, it's very difficult to use. But if you could use it, if you could smash with it, it really produces, I think, one of the best smashes just because of the balance of it.
I quite agree with you on that. This racket, when it first launched, I had quite a good impression because I'm someone who favors an aggressive, smash-dependent racket. But in terms of power, it's just so heavy that it becomes very hard to use. Then in the end, instead of doing a very successful, powerful smash, all I end up is mistimed hits. I miss the timing, or I get very tired easily when I use this racket. So actually for me, this might not even be a top 3 racket for me personally, but I do agree with you that for people like singles players, or if you are, your muscle, your arm, biceps are huge and you can deliver power, then this might be a great racket of choice.
Yeah.
So I also saw a very interesting racket that's in this list. This is not a top 3, your big 3, Yonex leaning at Victor. This is a Mizuno racket. Can you tell me more about this racket and why it made it into your top 3?
So Mizuno rackets are pretty rare, right? And I've only reviewed 3 so far. But with the 3 rackets that I reviewed, I would say that Mizuno is one of the most underrated racket. I think it's just a pity because Yonex is so strong and both of them are Japanese brand, and so I think it's very competitive over there. It's very easy to use and nice to use, and it delivers a good, powerful smash, but it doesn't compromise so much on the defense as well.
Right, and I remember that this was actually one of the rackets that was used by HS Pranoy when he was still sponsored by Mizuno. I think now he has moved on to a different sponsorship, but back then, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago, he was sponsored by Mizuno and was using this racket. Actually, one of the things that I noticed about this racket was among most rackets, I think this is one of the best looking ones. It's got a black gold finish, exposed carbon fiber. Yeah, love the color, and I agree with you. It's a very well balanced, usable racket. It's got usable power, but yet it's still balanced enough that you don't compromise so much on the speed. Then, of course, this is a racket that is not foreign to anyone in the scene. This is a Yonex Astrox 100 ZZ. A lot of pro players use it. It's not a new racket, but a lot of players still love it. Tell me why this made it into your top 3, and is this actually your top 1 racket of choice?
Yes, so I've been using this for 3 years or more. This is my main racket for 3 years. I recently switched to Nano Flare 1000, but not many people know this, but I switched back to Astrox 100. I think this still delivers that extra edge, that power that I need, whenever I need to do it. Right, the stiffness of this and the short shaft and even the small sweet spot, but yet a more powerful racket head. I think this really checks all my boxes. Right, so this is a good balance between power and then still be able to have a defense when you need it, and it gives you that edge to win in doubles games.
For me, I like the specs. So when I look at this racket, it's one of the head heavy rackets that have a fully recessed frame, which not a lot of head heavy rackets have. Usually it starts from the top half that is recessed. So for this one that is more recessed, I was expecting more speed, and actually it was a lot quicker than most of the head heavy rackets I've tried. I'm not a pro player. I am a social club level player. I would say maybe a low intermediate level, but For this was very usable power. I think the sweet spot is big enough that I won't struggle. I think some rackets like the Nano Flare 1000 Z has a very small sweet spot, very hard to use. So this one for me was comfortable but yet aggressive enough, so I really enjoyed this. One other technology that I was looking at this racket was that it has a hyper slim shaft. And when I was doing my research on rackets, the thinness actually doesn't just come from the diameter of the shaft. Actually, the material, the carbon layer is thinner than most rackets, which make this a very light and flexible, a bit whippy of a racket, which is very strange for a head-heavy racket, because usually head-heavy rackets or flagship models, they are very stiff. And this is still a very stiff racket. But yet, it still manages, because of its composition, is flexible enough to really give you an easier time when you do a backhand smash. Actually, there's a little sneak peek. If you notice Victor Axelson's Instagram nowadays, there's going to be a new colorway that's coming up for the Astrox 100 ZZ. So, you know, I think we are excited. Maybe if you get a chance, we might do a review on that racket.
Yeah, but I heard that Victor Axelson actually has a customized 100 ZZ. I don't know what did he customize, right? Most of them have special requirements like a thicker shaft or a longer shaft. So, well, I know CKU is quite close to him, so I wonder whether he can give us some insight of what is the customization that Axelson have on the 100 ZZ. So as you can see, each of these three rackets, although they're head heavy, they still have their unique qualities and personality, right? Like, with the Ryuga, it's like pure power, and with the JPX, it's a bit more unique, with a bit more like whipping effect, right? And with the Astrox 100, it's super stiff and with a short shaft, and just really good power transfer over there, right? So let us know in the comments below what is your favorite head heavy racket, and let's see which is the most popular head heavy racket out there. If this video has been helpful for you, please click like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Maybe we'll do a top 3 headlight racket. Right. Let us know what we should do. Bye!